Do you need to test it?
I just did.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, she ain't getting money no way.
Okay.
I met her on a Sunday, but I fucked her on a Thursday.
What music were you blasting before I came?
Usher!
Were you
These
really?
are my confessions.
Actually?
Just when I thought I said all
But
I
actually, because I sent you an Usher song. That'd be really like universe.
I'll prove it to you right now.
Really? Wasn't that funny that I said that was my song of the day? Amazing. Amazing.
I got a lot of stuff I gotta get off my chest. I guess. I don't know. The song was just hitting. I listened to that song so much, and I listened to the... Oh, wait. Let me turn the air off. And I listened to the remix. I grew up with Usher. I would love... You know how, like, they did all those versus battles all those years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like Usher with whoever. I'd love to see a Usher and Justin Timberlake one.
Wow.
Just, like, two of the sounds that... I mean, two very different goats in their own right. It's like comparing Donald Glover and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
You know? I mentioned two black people. That was too many for Torey. Hey, we're back in bonding.
We're back.
I missed you guys.
I know.
Sorry,
well,
we were traveling. We were in Portland. We were in Tacoma. We missed an episode last week.
We did.
And we've been on a good streak, and we've been getting a lot of great love and feedback. And we're back. Happy to be back. Happy to be on the road, too.
Yeah,
Great
that was
time on
fun.
the road.
That was a good time.
Great time. And I've heard nothing but bad things about Portland going in. And when we got there, I grew up in a town called Waterbury, Connecticut. And I was like, yeah, this feels a lot like Waterbury. Because, like, every time you hear anything about Portland, it's, like, the problem with homelessness or whatever.
Oh, really? I always thought it was a cool coffee.
Our
sneakers.
hotel was literally right next to a homeless
that was
person's encampment.
a Hutville.
A Hutville. Little huts, which
You
are
used
great. I wish we had
that
something like
joke
that.
on stage. I mean, I'm sure you would have thought of it, but I did say it first.
Which one?
They're not homeless. They're Hutville.
I'm cutting that out so people think it's mine. I can't afford. Even the truck drivers outside are striking for it. You had a great 2 sets
Thank
in
you.
Tacoma and
Thank
Portland.
you.
20 minutes on stage. 2 years into comedy? 3 years? How long?
Yeah, well, I say 2, really, since I got back in May of 21. I started before the pandemic, but I really hit the ground running after.
Consistently doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. It was
That's
so
tough.
fun. Thank you. I learned from the best.
It wasn't me. It must have been
Yeah, no, I don't know why I pointed at you.
Dane Cook.
The best.
Traveling is a lot of fun. I never really traveled this much before in my life.
Never.
I've never traveled this much before. It's crazy. Getting to see places and other people and how people live. 4 miles in Charlotte, North Carolina, or 0.4 miles in Charlotte, North Carolina feels a lot longer than 0.4 miles in New York. I walked to a Waffle House on Saturday morning when I was doing shows down there. And
Where?
in North Carolina, Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I walked to a Waffle House because there was
When you
one
were
by
in
me.
Raleigh?
Oh, Raleigh, that's where I
I'm
was.
like, you
yeah.
were never in Charlotte.
Sorry, I don't know where I am now.
Welcome.
Medication is working great.
You're in the Lower East Side.
Yeah, if they ever did the dementia test on me, it would
That's why
never
you
work.
keep
One
me
time I
there.
hit my head when I was a kid, and they came up, the paramedics came up to me, and they were like, "Who's the president?" And I said, "George Washington." This is like 3 days after 9/11. Everyone was going through it.
Well, look at you now. You still have that
Look at
bump
me
on your
now.
head.
Still have the bump on my head. Still haven't looked into it. I attribute my life to a Homer Simpson quote where he goes, "My dad raised me on TV, and I turned out TV." So everything is going great.
It's a good
I've just
quote.
learned.
That was really good.
Thank you. I feel like you say that every time I
I love your
do impressions. I could do Homer Simpson all day long, but it just feels so hacky. I used to have these long stretches of unemployment when I worked as the King Kong mascot, so I spent a lot of time just watching The Simpsons, and I grew up on it. And my dad was a big impressionist,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, that's where I learned how to do all my voices from. But he could never do Homer, so I was always trying to get it. And then one day I just
What's his best?
Elmo. He does a lot of Elmo.
Can you do Elmo?
I can do a little Elmo. It's like Elmo, like Elmo. There was gonna be, there was an autistic Muppet for a while, right? And like, I just wanted to see the episode where they explained the autistic Muppet on Sesame Street to Elmo. Like, what's wrong with you, Cookie Monster? Oh, yeah, did she get vaccinated? No, but there was an autistic Muppet because they were trying to bring mental health awareness to Sesame Street. But like Oscar the Grouch has been living in a trash can for like 30 years. Maybe bring some attention to the housing crisis on Sesame Street. But apparently he likes living in the trash.
Right.
But I don't think he does. I think he just maybe never got the love he wanted, and the trash is where he feels comfortable.
I think I relate most to Cookie Monster.
Why? Because he's a fiend. Yeah. He's a drug addict.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's his role.
Cookies. Yeah.
Right.
I
get it.
I think Oscar the Grouch is kind of like Ted Kaczynski. You know, the Unabomber. You know the Unabomber?
Now I do.
Do you know anything about him?
I know the Unabomber. I didn't know his name.
Ted Kaczynski. He just
so
died
I don't know
recently.
All these facts.
I saw a tweet that was like, "Is his casket gonna explode?" He was like part of this right-wing thing where they think that it's like the only Republicans that believe in climate change, where they say that human beings are having a direct impact on the environment, and they think that letting in all these illegal immigrants and people from other countries are destroying the environment, and that we should just be self-sustained in a cabin somewhere. Like, they're very much like, we're smarter than you people. And Ted Kaczynski was one of those dudes, and he was sending those explosives to like government buildings and shit to sort of protest the corporatization of America. Good points and bad points, but you know, you got to draw the line somewhere, and usually that place is killing.
Yeah.
I don't think you go around killing people.
Did he get his point across?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. He died, which we all do, just hopefully without killing people.
Others, yeah.
Without killing others. I would kill in self-defense.
Right, that's what you're allowed to do.
Not really.
Or if you're a guy or a girl. I don't know if any guys. Yeah. I don't know. It's more so women. Whatever.
Yeah, well, like, because the dude self-defense thing usually comes from a insecure dude who's always carrying a gun, and the slightest step to him by somebody who's a tiny bit brown, pop, 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 pop. I fear for my life because I don't speak Spanish. Who the hell is Rosalia? Second Amendment. NRA. You know, like that's the cost of, you know, nobody thinks of the value of life. I'd be scared to do it. I've only held a gun once. I think I talked about this on the podcast. Did I?
Maybe. Were you at a shooting range or?
No. I overheard my dad talk about where he didn't know my grandfather knew that he knew where he kept his gun. My grandfather. And I overheard my dad say where he kept the gun.
You found it?
Yeah, and I held it, and I was like, this is heavy and very
Did it have
scary.
Bullets in it?
I don't know. I was like 9.
Were you with your brothers or alone?
Alone.
Was it in a safe?
No. It was in a sock.
Wow, Glock in a sock.
Glock in a sock, baby.
Classic.
Put the bullet right through your noselet. I guess you want to keep it loaded because if someone comes in the house middle of the night.
If you've got kids,
but like,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
but then you want the safe. But like,
loaded gun in a sock is not a bet.
Loaded gun in a sock is not
home.
that. I don't know much about firearms, but I am gonna say, not gun safety.
No.
Especially a toe. You keep the gun in there and then bullets in the toe sock. And then when the burglar comes in, you don't even use it. You just whack him with it.
Yeah, that.
Just hit him with that. That hurts getting pistol whipped. Maybe that's what happened in my head.
Maybe. And you don't remember because you got hit.
Because I got hit. It's such a tragic thing. I have this bump on my forehead. I'm zooming in.
Them?
People need to see the bump.
Do you want to really?
Yeah, I got to show them. I got this bump on my forehead. And I don't know how I got it. And Torey pointed out to me months ago.
Like a year ago. You didn't notice.
I was wearing a winter coat, I think.
I remember you standing in Broadway, and I was like, "Have you seen this?"
Yeah, when you were making fun of me for eating 7-Eleven chicken.
I think those are 2 separate occasions.
You're right. I just got the video of you sending it to me. Then I was like, "What the hell is that on my head?"
No, I think I pointed it out.
You know why I don't remember? Because there's a bump on my head. Could be Alzheimer's. Could be me developing a superpower. Could be a vestigial twin.
Right?
No.
I had a doctor once say, if it doesn't hurt, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's been a general rule of health thumb for me. I'm like, if it doesn't hurt, fuck it.
If you get shot in the arm and it doesn't hurt, you're just not gonna get the bullet
Then
out.
you're fine.
Getting the bullet out seems like the hardest part about getting shot. Like, put me under.
Grow around it.
I don't want just digging into your skin.
I got lead in my arm.
I got lead in my leg.
Yeah, if you don't have lead in your body, you didn't do childhood right.
Someone stabbed me in the knee with a pencil in school. I forget what I did, but I probably deserved it.
I turned away from my locker and a girl was walking with her books and a pencil. And it went
like
right
one of the
up my
mechanical
arm.
ones?
No, a Ticonderoga. Just a classic.
Number 2.
Whole tip in the arm.
That is a quality pencil.
Just the tip, but the whole tip.
I've filled many a Scantron out
It
with
hurt.
those. Do you remember standardized tests?
Oh, yeah. Do I remember?
I always never took them seriously.
You just did C if you guys didn't know.
I would just fill them all in, and then I would write smart-ass answers on the open-ended questions, and then I'd put my head down and go to sleep. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I gave up on education then because I was like, my dad is like a liberal Michael Moore conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd hear his talking points about education and like how kids aren't learning anything and they just have to get those test scores up so public schools could get more funding, da-da-da-da-da. So I'd be like 12, 13, not really understanding it, but understanding that it was bullshit.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, I don't give a shit. Like, what's going to happen? I'm going to have horrible grades and I'm going to get my ass beat. So what? Happens 4 times a semester just for that.
What was your GPA in high school?
1.0.
Nice.
Barely. I think they rounded it up.
I think mine was a 2.8.
I gave up my senior year. I just started doing comedy, and I was like, this is it, which I don't advise. I mean, but if it's in your heart, do it.
If you
There
believe
just
in
wasn't
yourself.
there wasn't an outfit there for me, kid. I also, like, I'll have debt in other ways, but never as much as I will if I had student loan debt.
That's tough. Yeah.
You got to work a job you hate for the rest of your life
You're trapped.
to pay back your debts. You know what's fucked up is I was watching the news the other day because the Supreme Court just shot down
Right.
Biden's student loan
Saw
forgiveness
that.
program.
It's
And
fucked up.
I was watching Nicole Wallace on the plane coming back from Portland, and she was like, I just paid off my student loans. And I was like, there was something so jarring about hearing that from a news anchor. Yeah.
Maybe she's just trying to sound relatable. I bet her parents paid for it.
Wow. Do you trust anyone?
Sorry. That was petty.
You said that about a man.
Yeah. Probably.
Think about this wage gap. Should it be equaled out or should it be more difference? Thinking women making too much money?
Yeah. That's my real concern.
You would do pretty well on Fox News.
You think?
They're
They'd be
desperate
like,
for talent right now that doesn't sexually assault people or say
I don't
racist
think
things
I'm
on the side.
fiery enough for
No, you're
news.
not. You're not. You're not.
think
You
I'd
gotta
be
be
like-
fiery. I
Yeah.
could do Fox News.
You could. I think I'd be like, yeah, you know, guys.
thought
let's
about
just
it.
Relax.
I thought about doing like
Let's
a
just
Sacha
take it
Baron
down a
Cohen
level.
thing for a while, and
It'd be
like
fun.
going complete right wing and seeing how far I can take it. But then I'd probably get sued or something.
Yeah, you would find yourself in some hot water, I think.
Yeah. Things are going
You
well, just
push
being
the
the
limit
shitbag
enough.
I am right now.
You find the line and then you just artfully dance on it and then you go back to your side. It's nice. It's impressive.
Yeah.
In Portland, there were a few moments where you
Where in,
really threw it hard.
in Portland?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, you
What'd I
would say
do?
some crazy shit. Even the audience who loves you dearly was like, oh, and then you're like, come on, guys. And they're like, okay, we love you. It's fine.
Maybe I shouldn't
But
watch the
there
tape.
were a few moments where I was like I had my jaw open in the green room, just like, oh no, he didn't.
I had-
Oh, no, he didn't.
You were with me for those 2 days, and for whatever
Oh my
reason,
God. It was good.
Thursday,
It was good. It was
I
good.
just after I ate that big ass
Terrified.
burger and drank a bottle of wine, I felt like absolute shit.
What?
And then I had like
What?
2 or 3 more drinks at the club. So by the time I came on stage, and when I came out, the people in Portland just like exploded and gave me so much love that like I was in this weird, it's like being on Xanax and Adderall where like you're up and down. Like, of course I never don't give a shit when I go on stage. And even if I've had 3 back-to-back days of getting up at 6 a.m. and being in a different time zone and doing an hour and a half show and then an hour and a half meet and greet, I've never phoned it in because that's the part I actually enjoy doing. But I do remember like right before I went on stage Thursday just having this like I don't give a fuck feeling.
That's the best feeling, though.
And usually what happens is it's just measure twice, cut once, right? Where you do something like that, then you watch the tape, and then you're like, okay, I definitely can never put any of this on TikTok, but that's the beauty of going to a live comedy show, is there's stuff that's there that's only meant to be there and to be experienced. They don't post clips from Broadway theater shows on TikTok. What is your thought? I know it's killing you.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I love hearing people talk about you when they don't know that I'm your eyes and ears. And there was a guy that worked the club.
Makes it sound like you're one of my spies.
I am. Ooh, I'm always listening. And it was one of the guys. Like, I don't know if it was a bartender or some like a food runner, but he was like, yeah. It's what I was kind of thinking he'd be like a lot of crowd work. And I just kind of like hung around to like hear more. And he kind of looked at me, and then I kind of like darted away into the green room. But it was just funny to hear that like they have, when you come to a club, like there's a certain expectation with you to do crowd work, and just that you're known and people know your style. It just was, I know this, but it's just weird being your friend and being like, oh wow, people expect certain things of you. And it was just cool to hear someone say, yeah, he's like doing like, what I was thinking he was gonna do, because you did a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's lame to admit.
No,
like,
that's
I
not.
got really excited though. I was like, it's cool to hear them be like, oh, I know his stuff, and he's doing what I thought.
Well, it's better than the alternative when they're like, man, my expectations were low, but this was dog shit.
Yeah, no.
The only show I ever felt like I had like that was St. Louis.
Oh, I wasn't there.
That was the only one. Well, that's not why. What are you drinking? What do you got there in your fancy Mexican bottle?
Topo Chico.
Mineral water.
It's basic, but it's good.
I've never seen that before.
Really? It's delightful.
Yeah, you got me we're up in Tacoma. Shout out to Top of Tacoma. If anybody in Tacoma is listening to this. Top of Tacoma. Hell of a gem out there. Great restaurant. What do we get? We got I got some kind of salad. It was great.
You got a salad like a basic white bitch. And
I'm trying to take care of myself.
Ooh,
I got tired of shitting blood. I don't know if this is too much to talk about on the podcast. Do I say it on the podcast a lot?
I feel like you have.
Well,
I know you do it.
Because it's scary when it happens.
Is there a doctor listening?
Yeah, there is.
Is there a doctor in the house?
He sends me messages on Instagram, and I purposely don't open them because I don't want to know. What if he's like, the shit in your blood is a direct... That's exactly what I was going to say. That's what I'm terrified about. Yeah, no, but better now. I'm working on wellness.
Top of Tacoma.
Yeah, Top of Tacoma.
Delicious.
Salad. What else?
I got a really good wrap.
Wrap, you did.
Chicken
wrap. Then you had the second part of it right before the show.
Oh, yeah.
We both made really bad decisions before the show. I ate a whole ass burger and fries, and you ate.
I ate a lot of those fries.
You ate not only the second half of the wrap from Top of Tacoma, you had a 3-hour wrap in the back of Tacoma.
And it was a lot of cheese. I remember looking at getting back to the hotel and looking at it being like, that's a lot of cheese that's been sitting for hours, but
Top of Tacoma gave me the itis.
So good.
The food was so good it put me to sleep. We got in the car ride. I went to sleep.
You did go to sleep.
Then my manager called you. And
I
wasn't even awake.
She's like, "Is Troy?"
She called to give me some really great career news.
And you were like, okay.
Like, yeah, what? Is this any... I was just at the top of Mom with Anne Hathaway in my dream. This really... I don't care about this. I mean, it's great career stuff, and I do care, and it's going to be really exciting.
I'm glad you care.
Yeah, I care now because I got my passport, so now... Or I'm getting it.
Okay,
so it's looking like it'll happen. But anyway, thank you. Did I have anything written down for Tacoma? No. That was it. I guess we just discussed it. Steep ass city.
I love that club.
Yes.
I love
Tacoma Comedy Club.
Shout out Tacoma Comedy Club.
Great people.
Awesome.
Thank you for my gifts.
Great club.
Great club. Great green room. You loved it.
I loved that in the great
Loved
food.
that great room. Yeah.
I want to do that again.
I know. I came backstage after and you were crushing up Butterfingers and snorting them.
I mean, I had to eat a Butterfinger.
It was rough. You were like putting it on your teeth.
I don't remember the last time I had a Butterfinger.
You're like, nobody laid a fucking finger on my Butterfinger.
But for context, they had an entire table of snacks.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you had to eat them all.
And I was plotting my attack on the table since the day we walked, or the hour we walked in there. I was like, I gotta know what I'm eating. And then I ate my salad, and then I saw that Butterfinger, and I was like, we're doing it.
Yeah, no, You eat the salad before you went on or after?
After. I never eat before. It's my treat.
I'll do like a little. If I'm gonna eat anything before, I'll do like a little piece of candy.
Yeah.
Just get a little sugary.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why one day I'm only gonna have one foot.
Whatever. You lived hard.
You lived hard. When you die, you don't want your body to be
right.
to be like, wow, look at this brand new car.
You know my quote.
Your quote?
I'm
quoting you now.
I've told you this quote where I say it really hit me when I heard the quote. You don't want to be the healthiest person in the graveyard. And that's why I've made choices lately that I'm happy with.
I guess it doesn't matter who you are in the graveyard. Unless they had to unless you're like a Nazi or something and they had to unmark your grave so people didn't desecrate it.
I think you want to be a good person. I think you want to leave a good mark. But as far as like what you look like. And
you're going to look like shit. You're going to be cold in the ground and worm food.
Whatever.
People are always like, Ronald Reagan would have been 108 today. And I was like, yeah, if he wasn't cold in the ground dead. Don't you think that's lame?
When they say they would have been?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, of course they would have been. I would have been a porn star if I had the opportunity afforded to me. I think
it's just a marker of time. And that people like time shit. They're like, oh.
Yeah, they do.
People
Time
love
is
time.
bullshit. I spent the last 3 days in this room with the AC on, just hibernating and recharging my batteries, and I had the best time. I thought I was going to feel so guilty. I mean, I was miserable, and I was angry, and I was depressed, and I was throwing temper tantrums, but it was me time.
Do you feel recharged?
I did, till right before we started this podcast, and then I just got drained again. But that's what I'm trying to learn how to
How do you feel right now?
figure out. I don't know, in the middle. Like
you're charging back up?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have this Red Bull you got me, and I'll
there we go.
over-caffeinate
There we
myself
go.
with 32 OZ, baby. You know what I'll have after this? I'll have a joint.
No.
I'm gonna have a little sip. Thank you. I know. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm learning how to navigate the drops again. Something I've had to do so many goddamn times in my life because I don't do well when my dopamine drops and I get depressed and I spiral and I do shit that I shouldn't do, and then you're at the end of the drop and you're like, never gonna do this again, which is true for like 2 days, but then your brain starts lying to you again and you get manipulated by your depression. And I'm just trying to be like, hey, keep those fingers away from me, buddy. I'm not letting you inside of this body hole. It works sometimes it
Is that
doesn't.
the frontal lobe coming together?
Is that the one that
Remember,
thinks?
you said at 26 is when it like is.
I'm 27 now, so I guess it did all the developing it did, and I'm fucked. It's like a computer
It sounds like you're learning. And you just joined the new gym, so.
I just joined a new gym.
Do you want to tell the people what you've done?
I don't like the way you phrased that question.
I think it's funny.
What? That I joined a gym?
Never mind. Yeah, but there's this whole stigma around it.
Around Equinox?
Yeah.
Am I not supposed to say that?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know what you want to share.
It's great.
All right.
Yeah, I like it. There's a lot of machines. There's a bunch of dudes sucking each other off in the sauna.
You're going to have a lot of Equinox jokes, I think.
Those are like the new airplane jokes.
Yeah, but
have you ever noticed this at Equinox when you're in the sauna and there's two guys sucking each other's cocks and you go, that's not the health club I signed up for. Now I understand why they call it a steam room.
What does that mean?
Because it gets steamy when guys are sucking each other's cocks. In a confined space, the air can't go anywhere. I'm going back to Planet Fitness. Over there, they wear jeans. I respect a fella who works out in a Wrangler.
Today I Googled the Chinatown Planet Fitness because I've been trying to do it, and I can't bring myself to do it.
Because you don't speak Mandarin?
The first photo is some girl on her phone in a massage chair.
Yeah, that's
your marketing?
Yeah.
What?
Like, come here, we'll give you a place to sit for $10 a month.
And then it's someone checking out at the front desk in a big giant bowl of Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah. They have those by the front door, like little dog treats.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, hey, have one of these so you could feel better about going here.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Who
There's
puts
also some guy
candy?
that carries a fly swatter and goes around and slapping you on the butt cheeks. He works there.
You're kidding.
No.
Did you ever get slapped on the ass?
Several times. That's why I stopped going there. That's why I switched to Equinox.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Someone slaps you on the ass.
His name was Swatty Steve. You never knew when he would come up.
I'm I don't believe you.
He'd be behind an elliptical, and you'd be taking a break, and then he'd go,
up.
"Back to work, you fat monkey!" And then he would get away, and I'm like, "You're not allowed to do this." And then Planet Fitness would be like, "What the fuck are you gonna do? Call the cops? This is a judgment-free zone. We don't give a
Alright,
fuck.
so
We're
no
the
one
judge,
did
jury,
that.
and executioner." I'm gonna tell
I
Swatty
could use
Steve.
that.
What?
I want that at a gym.
Yeah,
I want someone to do that.
I do, but like, I see personal trainers at the gym, and I'm so. I don't know if it's the guy in me, but I would be the type to hire a personal trainer. I'd be like, all right, yeah, just leave me alone. Just go over there. Do that. I'm going to do this. Just stop. I'll pay you. Just stop. I don't like it. I don't like people telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when people tell me what to do, it's something I need to hear. So that's why I don't like them telling me to do it.
That is very
I'm stubborn.
self-aware.
But it's okay because I'm aware of it. I don't have to work on it because I'm aware of it.
Right. That's going to stick with me, though, when I want to tell you something.
Well, it's not all the time.
I don't know. You have admitted that I have been right, but you always have to come to it on your own.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to admitting I'm wrong most of the time, and I mask it
True.
with arrogance of telling people I'm right so they don't know that I'm wrong.
I think you're right a lot.
I
think that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sorry, why does none of
What?
your drawers have a handle except for one?
Yeah. Yeah, I was putting this one together, and then that
Gave
one
up?
took a lot of work to put in, and
What
then I
about
was
that one?
Well, that's when I found the electric drill,
Got it.
and then I lost the handles to this. So it's a wash.
Sorry, I got distracted by that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, this is that's why I put this one in the frame where they could see it.
I see. You tried there.
Looks like my life is together. Coming at you live from my
Honestly,
bedroom.
Overall, it is pretty together.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's going on in your life? How was Maryland?
It's nice. It's relaxed. I didn't leave the house. I parked my car and I stayed home for 2 days.
With
just like
Dana.
You were in this room. I was home. Not
What
doing
is
shit.
Dana's your mom? Hi, Dana.
Hi, Mom.
Is Dana short for anything?
No.
Just Dana.
D-A-N-A.
D-N-A. D-A-N-A.
D-A-N-A.
Interesting name, Dana.
Yeah.
Unisex.
It is.
Wonder what the background of it is. Dana. You know what she was named after?
No. I think I've asked and I forgot.
Well, I'm glad we covered that.
Yeah, what's on your notebook?
That was really it. I wrote these notes at 3 a.m. when I was sleep deprived, and I was like, "This. Oh, happy birthday to my brother Logan! It's his birthday.
Logan, happy birthday.
He is 25.
Okay, 2 years younger. That's
2
a good
years
age
younger
gap.
than me.
That's
2.5
nice.
years younger.
I
Yeah.
always wanted that because my sister and I are 3.5, and I always felt like it kind of fucked us over because we were like
Why?
weren't close enough to be like homies,
Yeah.
but not far enough apart where like it was like let me take care of you kind of a thing. It was just like this weird
Right.
like we're too different to really get along.
Yeah.
It was weird. So I always said if I have kids, it would be 2 years apart. But I know that you can't really plan life like that. But in my mind,
Well, by the time you're ready to have kids, you can.
I just want one anyways. That's a whole thing.
Probably space it out. They'll have it a way where you could schedule a pregnancy like a scheduled YouTube post.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Who's texting you? Your sister? Telling you to be like, I know you're talking
Yeah,
about
she
me, you
said, "Stop
fat
talking
bitch.
shit." No.
You're just that's gonna be super zoomed in on camera. I'm gonna make sure of that face of
That-
yours. But yeah, happy birthday, Logan. He's he got a fight in Portland, Maine, not Portland,
Oh.
Oregon. He's Ultimate Fighter. Dude is
Maine
badass.
would be cool. You should do a show in Maine.
I should. I'm gonna do that, and I want to do like I want to have like a shining moment up there.
You haven't been up north, really. You've
No.
yeah, not Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine.
No, I'm working on getting up there to the Maple Circuit. I don't know if
I
that's what they would call it.
Yeah, that's good. Maple Circuit.
The Maple Circuit. I'm gonna work up at the Flapjack Hut, the Lumberjack Yard, and the Axe and
Do you
Grind
like
store,
maple syrup?
as opposed to
Well, so
what?
people
Corn
like
syrup?
either maple syrup or like
Yeah.
maple syrup. It's just like the gooey sugar. I personally prefer the fake shit, but I know that's like a crime to even say that I like more.
Why?
I don't know.
To who?
It seems
Bobby
wrong.
Flay.
It seems wrong to be like, no, give me the fake garbage.
Yeah, give me the
I
artificial
don't
stuff.
want the maple syrup that was grown on a tree for 20 years and it's
Yeah.
someone's family recipe. It's watery. It has a weird
Well-
flavor to it. I want the cold, goopy garbage.
I am learning to try to. I think you have to learn as you get older how to savor stuff and appreciate things for what they are. And I'm learning, and I'm able to do that. But I also am like 4 in the morning, 6 Eggo waffles, just dollar store syrup all over.
Honestly, it's great.
Yeah, but like I could also go for like a fork and knife, one bite, chip chip cheerio. Yes, this was grown from a maple tree that stood for 100 years and now will come out of my butthole.
Where do you, if you had a pick between the two?
I don't give a shit. It's syrup.
I know, but
I'm like, bring me anything but blood on this waffle. I want syrup. I don't care where you get it from. I don't care what trees you had to cut down. I don't care how many birds died.
I think you can be particular, though.
Headline: Troy Bond not particular about syrup. Does not give a shit.
What are you particular about when it comes to food?
I'm pretty easygoing.
You'll eat anything.
Yeah, I'm not a picky eater, except fish.
Right, you
That's
don't eat
gross.
sushi or fish.
Can't do it.
I just don't. I think you're being stubborn. I think you haven't had good sushi or fish.
You know what you sound like? You sound like someone trying to conversion therapy a gay person.
Okay.
It's like, oh man, I just don't think I don't think you've had the right one yet. And I'm like, no, I was born not liking this. And you're like, okay, I'm just saying, maybe if you try it once.
I really think that if you had the sushi that I like,
you just need to find the right girl.
All right, I'll drop it.
I shouldn't compare women to sushi. That
is a little crude.
All right, well, don't turn it back on me now. I give you an inch, and you're like, yeah, die, sad misogynist. No, I'm not a sushi guy. I don't like fish. Ugh. I don't like them. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like what they taste like. I don't like the texture. I had peeled shrimp with you in Florida.
You liked it.
No, I liked peeling the shrimp.
Yeah, but then you ate it.
Because I was drunk. And there was a lot of sauce. I could drown it in something.
It. You like shrimp.
Now you sound like you sound like predatory. You liked it. I looked you in your eyes. Those were tears of joy.
That day? A burger? You can get a burger. Burger's your go-to movie.
No, I said we could go anywhere except a seafood spot, and you took us to a seafood spot.
Yeah, place rocked.
Yeah, I mean you were driving, so I had limited mobility.
The atmosphere was good.
It was a great place. What was the name of it? Well, it was good.
It was good.
Seafood joint in Florida.
It was in St. Pete's.
St. Pete. I'm gonna be in Miami. Next month.
3.5 hours away from St. Pete's.
I know.
Road trip.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. It's too short. But I will be in Miami. Miami Improv the 12th and
11th and 12th.
11th and 12th.
Yeah, it's a Thursday, Friday.
Austin the 4th and 5th. Atlanta August 3rd. Tickets at TroyBondLive.com. Nashville
August 2nd.
August 2nd.
And I might be at all of those. I might be at all of those or most of those manifests.
Yeah. Going to the South, boy.
Have you been to Nashville?
I have not been to Nashville.
I've only driven through it. I've never been there.
And
I had a friend
keep
that
riding, Toots. This is a music town.
Pretty much.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And same with Atlanta. I drove through it, but I never stayed, so.
Yeah.
City Winery is a cool venue.
Very cool. I love City Winery. That's where I will be in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have to talk about? I guess that was on my notes.
That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah. You got anything? How long have we been recording?
Ready? Peach and Pit of Tacoma and Portland. I'm going to make you do it. I know you just went dead behind the eyes.
I did. I'm not doing that.
Oh, man.
I did it last time.
You're no fun.
I know.
You're just fine.
It's okay. I can keep the dead air. I'll edit around this.
No, leave it.
Now this is intense eye contact.
No, you just got mad.
I didn't get mad. Just was like, oh boy.
Fine.
Great question.
No, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer it. I'm just saying, great question.
It is a good. It makes you.
I'd like to do that as a reporter. Great question. Next question. That wasn't as good as his. Get back to work. Go back to journalism school.
It's funny to be like, great question, then just move on.
Great question.
I'm gonna do that. Really good question.
I had this neighbor that would come up and he'd be like, I hate to interrupt. and then just walk away.
That's funny.
That's a good move.
I kind of like doing stupid shit like that. Like yesterday, not that I'm hilarious, but like I made my Instagram caption like "Merry Christmas." Like it was the 4th of July, but like I just like
I saw that.
trolling people. It's way more fun.
Yeah, you trolled those founding fathers. We're all so cold in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, the older I get, the more open-minded I am. I do think that there are a lot of flaws with the overall holiday, but we don't need to get into it.
Let's get into it.
Do you want to get into it?
What are your overall flaws with the holiday?
I just don't think it is all inclusive of, everybody, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like a white person holiday. Everyone
yeah.
I saw in my neighborhood, they were riding bikes, and I'm like, this is some real white people shit.
Yeah, you could say it.
I'm sorry.
Those are
it
your
just felt like
kind.
some real white people
Fucking
shit.
go into white people
The
right
bikes
now.
And the flags and the outfits. I'm just like, I'm out.
The pools.
It's cheesy. I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want to be cheesy like this. And
Right.
I love America. I love living here. I feel grateful and fortunate, but there are a lot of things that are flawed, and I just feel like I felt like everyone just was like wearing themselves as an ass hat, just being like, everything's great. But it's like, no, there's a lot of things that are wrong, and it feels like we're just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, so I don't want to get into it, but I think that's part of why I just kind of was like, Merry Christmas. I'm going to sit on this long chair.
It feels a lot like Christmas.
Is that a hot take?
No, that's not a hot take
I
at
don't
all.
like doing hot takes.
That is
I'm getting hot.
That is a take that a lot of people agree with.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you look at it like this. Independence Day, 1776, where America declared its freedom from Britain.
Right.
While it was keeping African Americans in
Slaves.
bondage.
Right.
Right?
Absurd.
Is that independence from everybody? No, but that is the essence of America. And I would listen to guys like James Baldwin, who's a writer and a poet and a very influential intellectual mind during the civil rights movement. And he said, because I have the disposition a lot of the time, like, I hate this shithole country. But I think that's just a reactive to stuff that happens, like mass shootings or
Right.
Corruption in political offices or taking away rights at the Supreme Court, shit like that. But James Baldwin said something that I try to keep in mind and put in perspective, where he was like, I love this country, and that's what gives me the right to criticize it. Because it's an idea, America. And I think the idea, that's the American dream, and I don't know if I'm giving any new takes here either, but the American dream was always a lie and not something that everyone could achieve. But the fact that it was a dream makes people become activists and fight injustices and be passionate about drastic measures of change and progression, so they don't have to be reprogrammed later in life after they, it could be the actual country that its purposes were founded on. That makes sense. I'm Troy Bond, and I'm running for office.
Yes, I think that was well said.
That was well said. Thank you. Great point. Great question.
Thanks. I mean, I do think it's thought-provoking, and it makes you think twice.
Yeah.
I think a lot of holidays are like that.
Every holiday is commercialized, man.
It's
Even one that is supposed to be
consumerism.
celebrating that. Yeah, like, that's why I've renounced my holidays.
I don't really like holidays. There's a lot of pressure for them to be good.
Yeah.
It's a mirror on yourself and where you are in life. For example, Valentine's Day. Are you single? Thanksgiving. Do you have a family and friends to spend this day with? Christmas. Same situation. Like
Easter. Is there a giant bunny in your
also,
life?
Yeah. It's yeah. Where's the bunny?
Where's the bunny?
I
need to be
It's
humped.
a load of bullshit. And I love family gatherings and friends, and I think people in your life are so important, and I think those are times to celebrate them, but it's also a very isolating and bizarre time to look in the mirror and be like, well, what is my life right now? Who am I? Where am I? What
It
am
is
I?
a weird time to ask those questions when you're celebrating something, right? Because the questions you ask don't generally lead to answers that make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, another present.
What is your favorite holiday? If you had gun to your head, pick one, even though you hate them all.
May the 4th.
Right. I knew that. Duh.
Yours was 9/11.
Don't tell them that.
Pearl Harbor Day.
Let me think.
I mean, there's some experience. I loved holidays when I was a kid. I loved Christmas when I was a kid, but then my grandparents died, and then it just kind of lost its appeal.
My mom always went above and beyond for Christmas and has made it
Mine
very
too.
special. So thank you, Mom.
Yeah, my mom did the same thing. Every year, every goddamn year, she was wrapping presents in the wee hours of the night, and went all out, all out. Even when we had no money, I never had a Christmas where there was nothing under the tree. And those memories I'm very fond of. And I understand the appeal to the holidays if you have a family. Because those days are just regular days for the parents, but that's a memory for a child that they will have the whole life, you know? But if you're just fucking around and living life and planning on deucing when you go, then... I could see I just touched your toe. I could see
my toes are close to your hands.
No, that's okay. Long nails. Wow.
No, stop
They're
that.
at least 7 inches.
No.
That's why you're size 14. Merry Christmas.
Yes, are we done?
I don't know. Do we got anything else to talk about?
Where are we at time?
I don't know. What's it say?
It says 53, but you pressed this way before I got in here and we
Is
started.
it 53?
Yeah.
It's probably about like 45.
All right.
Any old business?
No, I don't think so.
Any new business?
You got your show July 20th.
July 20th, New York City, doing an hour. Torey's going to be there. Jared Waters going to be there. Joey Rinaldi's going to be there. Andrew Ginsberg is going to be there.
Yeah.
The Pope will not be there. Scheduling conflict.
I'm glad you have a girl on the lineup.
Oh, damn. Just one. Yeah, fix that.
Just give me more time. Easy solve.
Yeah, perfect. I'll put Joey in a wig.
Yeah, he'd rock a wig.
Go out there and say, dance, monkey.
He would rock a wig.
Yeah, I'll put him out there for it. NYC Downstairs Broadway Comedy Club. That's a big show for me. Downstairs. That's a lot more seats.
Yeah, so come out.
So come the fuck out. Don't come out based on how this podcast
cool or
went.
Weird or different?
Yeah.
Yeah, do something weird.
Yeah.
Make it weird.
I'm gonna get up there and go. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Phenomena. I'm gonna get vaccinated.
Have a psychotic break, please.
That's
good.
been happening for
I'll
months.
do the same. We'll both just go up there and just.
Well, you can't do my bit.
Well, mine'll be different.
Topo Chico. That's what your name sounds like if you're Hispanic. I'm Topo Chico. Do you have a Jeep Wrangler? You'll do the Jeep wave.
That's funny.
Topo Chico. All right, well, that was Dead Air, and that's the end of an episode. Tune in next week where we'll have on Jared Waters and hopefully a little more personality.